Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we've got some work to do here. We need to build up some provisions because we're pretty low on our total number of soldiers. We're also interested in potentially getting some additional patrons here. This guy would actually give us gold, so we should take that. Beautiful. So that's absolutely wonderful, and we've got a fight corruption contract right here. So I guess we'll see where this takes us. Let me deal with them. Uh-huh. It's all the way down here again. Well, we're a lot younger this time, so we can hire experienced captains. That'll be fine. And then this is hills, this is hills, this is drylands, and this is drylands. 1% chance of danger, 2% chance of danger. So we would definitely need to deal with the drylands, I think. So that would mean that we would want to take the Arid Explorers pack. This is still a 100% chance of danger in the province that we're going to, but let's go. Okay, so that'll be fine for now. It's quite a journey, no doubt about that. An army of 600 men in Acre for 50 gold? Huh. So, is this men-at-arms, or is this levy troops? Special soldiers. Okay. So, if we look at what the special soldiers actually are... So, it's just these mercenaries? Yeah, they're levy troops. Okay, that's still probably worth the gold. We really need to have higher numbers to be able to, like, siege stuff, right? So that's absolutely fine. This is not a terrible thing to do. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're not going to spend time gardening. There's apparently a fire as well. Prowess challenge here. You know what? This is an opportunity. We're going to gain stress because we're zealous, but we're going to get some gold. Our pillaging was uncovered, but that's fine. And then we can spend some of that gold to reduce our stress, or our body got used to it. Fantastic. We rolled the RNG and won. I like it. So we're heading off now, and we're going to sail on southward. So now that we're on the sea, we're going to cover a lot of distance, and there should be no real interruptions there. So that's good. And then up over this direction, I'm very, very, very interested in gathering provisions. Unfortunately, we can't do that right now. And 50-50 on this, huh? Well, our entourage is convinced that the voyage is cursed. This is a lot going on over here. Actually, 400 provisions? Yes, we're going to take that. What is going on down here? Okay. Crusade for the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Ah, okay. So they're trying to re-establish a Christian Jerusalem. We're not actually interested in that, but here we are at our contract. So let's see what we get here. Okay, so we need to travel to Nizwa next, which is going to be up over here. So once again, I think this is absolutely fine. We've got desert here, desert mountains, and desert mountains. So pretty high chance of danger up over this direction. But let's go. So that's fine for now. And we're definitely very interested in potentially getting some upgrades going here. So we could upgrade our baggage train, potentially, or we could just get an internal upgrade slot. So light cavalry, heavy cavalry pursuit. That's very interesting. This would unlock the Huntsman, which is probably a good thing. Siege weapon effectiveness. There's some good stuff in here. Okay, we'll have to take a closer look at that once we've got a little bit more money. Maybe once this contract stops being so awful. These are so far away from each other. And it's because Ajuran is like this. That's why this is happening. I don't think that it should give us a contract to go to oh, it's because Ajuran has territory right here. That's why. Okay, I see why it's doing this. So we need to be careful about that then. We'll rest and let this guy recover fully. We hit danger there, which is sad, but we knew that that was a high probability, so that's not the biggest of deals. So we're arriving in our destination now. There's danger here too. We're just going to be late. That's no big deal. Okay, cool. Silence your people or die, peasant. Okay, so where's the next location? Over here. Gotcha. So we definitely see deserts. Pretty high chances of danger. And there's desert mountains up here as well. So we could take the Pathfinder's gear. That doesn't really change this all that much. Instead, we could hire mercenary guards. That would be fairly expensive. So that would be, if we go here, that would be a 40%, and this would be a 40%. So Desert Mountains, the Pathfinder gear isn't actually reducing it. So that's only the Arid Explorers pack. So yeah, in that case, we would definitely be best off to hire mercenary guards here. So there's still a decent amount of danger here, but I don't think there's really another path we could take. I guess we could maybe head up this way. Like this? That's coastal, that's desert there, and then this is desert mountains. So this is definitely lower danger to go around this direction. But this is a choke point. We have to go through that. That's only 1% danger. This is a choke point. We basically have to go through this as well. That's desert there. And then this is desert down here. Yeah, I think we have to go this route. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I don't like spending that money on this, but here we are. I doubt that this contract is worthwhile at this point. Camel again, huh? Well, that's fine. 53%. We failed to inspire them. That's unfortunate. So we could gain 375 provisions, and that's indeed exactly what we're going to do. So we're up to 1135 provisions at this point. If we wanted to refill our men-at-arms, I wish this told us how many provisions we would need to fully refill them. That would be good to know. That'd be very good to know. But alas, it does not tell us that. Well, let's head on over here, and what do we got going on here? Calm down. Cool. So pushing on through these areas, we're entering into the dangerous area. Ooh, 75 provisions or 200 provisions. We're taking the 200 provisions, 100%. So that sounds great, and now if we were to refill these, 166. Okay, but we need to scrape the barrel. So we're going to seek volunteers here. This is not going to be tremendously great. In fact, this is quite bad. If we go in here, impressment would be, we wanted soldiers of lesser fortune. That's a long ways away. Okay, so we should probably scrape the barrel now then. And that'll boost us up somewhat, but it's not tremendous, right? So our prestige is definitely... But we'll get there. So I think we definitely want to go down the overseer tree here. I think that's very, very clear. Okay. Another location. Really? All the way down there. So, I mean, we've still got a lot of desert down here. I'm done with this guy's problems. This is good enough. We excelled at the contract, and we're going to head on home. Are we not traveling home? Apparently not. So this would be 198 soldiers. We're short a fair amount more than that, of course. And we can head up over to fight corruption up over here. This should be much less terrible of traveling. So let me deal with them, and we're going to travel all the way from over here. So that is understood. We've got some desert here. I don't think we want the Merc Guards necessarily. This is drylands and hills. So we could do Pathfinder gear, and that would reduce this somewhat. 1% chance and 1% chance up over here. And then down this direction, we see a 43 and a 59% chance of danger. But otherwise, this is pretty clear. So yeah, I think we do this. That's only 8 gold. So that looks good. We're going to travel through. We might hit a danger here. And we did. Okay, let's see here. Hey, we inspired them. Fantastic. So that is absolutely great. And we need to head up over this direction. Now, we can't actually talk to any patrons at this moment. And do we want to upgrade anything here? We could upgrade our roaring campfire. We could also upgrade something here, which would definitely be an interesting thing to do. So we could upgrade one of these, or we could go into our barber's tent, theoretically, and we can put in the only other thing we can put here, which is torturer's tools. This would give us monthly intrigue lifestyle experience. That's very interesting. Huh. This would cost us 180, and I think this is ultimately what we want to do, is upgrade our proving grounds. But for now, we'll continue to travel. So we'll need to complete this contract, and that will be a fairly important thing. We'll just gain 16 stress. I don't want to spend anything on that. Okay. So up we continue to head, and 50 gold, I don't want it. We want to spend that gold on other things. So that will be absolutely wonderful. You're the pride of this entourage. Okay, we're not going to try to become a wise man at this time. We're just going to head on through here. This crusade is still occurring, and sure, you think you could steal from me? We're going to kill him. We're going to get some dread and 31 gold. So that, of course, means that we can actually upgrade our proving grounds, which I'm very, very interested in doing. Let's get that going immediately. Okay, we now have a martial perk available, and we're going to take Serve the Crown. That's going to give us natural dread and reduce our men-at-arms recruitment cost, which is a big deal. 75 prestige here. Yes. Okay, we hit danger here. Let's see. 94% chance of nothing happens. That sounds good. Nothing happened. Okay, fantastic. If we had failed that roll, I was going to be very upset. Okay, silence your people or die, peasant. So we excelled at that contract, and we're heading on home. Perfect. So we're at 51 gold at this point, and what we want to do now is see about making some requests. So we've reached our men-at-arms regiment limit, so we can't do this anymore. We could take provisions or gold, and at this point... That's mug wealthy citizenry there. Interesting. What war is this? Liberty War? I'm going to join this. Okay, so we're going to join that up over there. We're going to raise up all of our armies here, and we're going to bring them on up over this direction. So I want to come up over here. We'll arrive there in 5 months. So we're going to crush this enemy army. That'll be wonderful. And then we're going to do some sieging. So that will be absolutely ideal. Now we have some special soldiers here, and we're not fully replenished. We don't need to be at this very juncture. This is another potentially good one. But we're already on our way up over this way. We're already committed. So let's do that for now. I'm thinking for the moment, we're going to take the 400 provisions here. Over 9 gold. Yeah, that definitely seems worthwhile. So here, this would be 24 gold, or it would be 200 provisions. I'm going to take the 24 gold for that. I'm going to value provisions at approximately... Approximately 10 provisions per gold, I think, is what I'm going to say for now. We'll probably revise that at some point. But for the time being, we're going to take the... I intended to take the gold there. I think I took the provisions. Oh, well. It's not the end of the world. So we're going to come up here, crush these guys. That'll be absolutely no problem. And then we're going to join these guys in this siege. So that looks good. Yeah, absolutely demolished. So we're going to head in over this direction. And we're currently chilling at 100% war contribution. Excellent. And let's siege here. This will give us some amount of replenishment, and we don't have the most siege weapons, so that's noted. Also, note how we don't currently have access to engineered for destruction. So that's going to slow us down somewhat here, but we do have siege weapons, so that's good. Our proving grounds have been constructed at this juncture. We already got a breach. That's a good thing. Now we're on a large breach already. That's phenomenal. Okay. Yeah, they're hitting starvation rolls. This is going very badly for them. Mutiny? So 50 gold. Who is this? This is our courtier. %57% chance that we lose the fight, huh? Interesting. Well, what do we want to do about that? These people would leave the camp and we'd gain stress because we're wrathful. I don't want to spend gold on this, so I guess we'll fight her. We won the fight. Okay. So that's absolutely fine. She died. And to that end, do we have a spouse here? Potential spouse, I should say? Not really. We should probably find one. For the time being, we're more interested in this siege, though. So we're making some amount of progress here. 11 months left, allegedly, for now. Siege progress is continuing nicely. Yeah, we like the siege progress ticks, but starvation would be way better. Yeah, these siege progresses are fine, but they give us about 2 days of progress. Rampant disease outbreak is not ideal. Okay. So we've got about 5 months left on this siege at this point. Things are going pretty well. Stalemate on that roll. Oof. Okay. More desertion happening. We like it. 200 provisions to boost people's opinion of us. They don't like us. Some food may sway them. That's okay. We've got provisions at this point. I'm not too concerned about it. How are we doing on our special soldier count? 524. So special soldiers usually do not replenish. So I'm guessing they won't even if we scrape the barrel or refill men-at-arms. So that's noted. Okay, let's wrap this siege up. This is likely going to end the war here. 400 provisions. Yes, please. That's great. We'll absolutely take that. And that siege is now completed. Perfect. This war should end momentarily. We're at 100% war score. Fantastic. So he paid us 190 gold for that, and we're just going to disband our troops at this point. So now we've got a potential mug wealthy citizenry contract up over here, but what else are... Hi, pause menu. What else are we interested in? There's some faction joins over here, but there's really not much around. We would likely have to move our camp. Well, first, let's gather provisions. Only a 24% chance of something good here. Alternatively, we could take this, which is a 56% chance of finding something, which we'll do. But we found nothing. Okay, that's understood. So at this point, if we were to refill our men-at-arms, this would be 360 soldiers. That would definitely not fill us to full. Okay, that's understood. I want to check in... we can potentially ransom this person, which we will definitely do. Will not accept provisions or gold at this time. Would accept provisions or gold. So 200 provisions or 31 gold. I'm going to take the gold. Okay, fantastic. So we're up to 284 gold at this point. And what do we want to upgrade with that? Well, there's some potentially interesting options here. We could upgrade our baggage train, which would increase our supply capacity, our provisions capacity, our travel speed, and max size of archer regiments. We can also build ample steeds in order to get some cavalry pursuit. Knight effectiveness per stewardship skill. That's interesting. But then there's also proficient trackers, which is very interesting. Gain plus 50% provisions when hunting with the gather provisions decision, and that would give us a huntsman. So that's a very interesting thing to have there. No doubt about that. Just looking through some of these others here. I think for now, Siege Engineers is interesting later. And ample steeds is as well. I'm going to build proficient trackers for the moment. So we're going to get that done. And we've got 174 gold now, ready to go. So do we want to increase the size of any of these? An interesting question, to be sure. Increasing the size of these would cost 63. This would cost 53. This would cost 170, and this would cost 66. So this would be the best way to do it on the cheap. We could get 3 of these, bringing us up to 7 of 8, which we're going to do. So that seems fine. And then the Kingdom of Jerusalem has been reestablished. 1152. As a hypothetical, we're obviously not going to do this. We don't have the prestige for one thing. But what I'm really interested in is what their troop count is. That's pretty up there. So that's good to know. Obviously, we're not in a position to do that. But what we could do is we could simply move our camp to Jerusalem. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. This is going to cost us 878 provisions, but let's just move down over here. Only a very small move, and we visited the capital of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But what that does is that gets us new contracts around here. So that looks good. There's a Stand With Us contract up over here. We're not taking that. There's a Mug Wealthy Citizenry contract up here that we had previously. This is also Mug Wealthy Citizenry. This is also Mug Wealthy Citizenry. This is support a faction and settle boundary dispute. This one seems very simple. It's not going to be a lot of gold. But as long as we customize our route up here to go through, like, here. I mean, that's all desert, but we can just put 4 gold into Pathfinders, or actually Arid Explorers gear to reduce this down. This is a low chance of danger. So, I mean, that's 50%, but sure. Okay, let's get going on this contract. There's a new Stand With Us contract that has been issued up over here. Okay, for now, I think we're just going to settle this boundary dispute, and we're going to probably force our way through this. Yeah, we'll take the stress here, and that'll be fine. Another happy patron. So that's great, and now the question is... Oh, our bodyguard died. Noted. Now the question is, can we get gold or provisions from this guy? We can. 250 gold or 200 provisions, we are absolutely taking 250 gold. That is so much more valuable. So that's excellent. Our friend died. He was also our bodyguard. So we're going to need to put in a... We need to recruit some people. Okay, so that is absolutely noted that we need to do that. We could Mug Wealthy Citizenry. That is a theoretical option. I'm also interested in going in here. This is still upgrading for 5 more months. We could put all of this money into our military so we can max out our ballistri. And then the next cheapest would be the pikemen. So something like that, bringing this up to 4 of 8. So this is going to be, once we get this refilled, this is going to be very big, right? We could seek volunteers here. We could impress mercenaries, and we have a nice percentage of this happening. I'm contractually obligated to refer to that number as nice, much to everyone's chagrin. We could simply try to inspire followers, but, I mean, this is not great. Not great options there. So, refilling our men-at-arms, this would cost us all of our provisions and would be 285 soldiers, right? So that's understood. I think for the time being, we're just going to keep this as is. We're going to continue to work up the size there. And we're interested in finding some contracts, but these are not good contracts at this moment. We need to replenish our current setup here. We could go do this criminal contract. It will award us gallows bait trait experience. Leveling that will make most of the world hate you more and respect you less, and eventually cause followers of you who disapprove of your big brigandry to dramatically leave your employ. So I would really prefer not to do the criminal contracts here at this time. We don't really have a lot of choice. We could move camp and just head down to, like, Egypt. Heading down, like, over this way. That would cost us a ridiculous number of provisions. Most of that is from our men-at-arms. So it's difficult to move our camp all that much. I would prefer to stay here, ideally. So maybe we stay here until the proficient trackers are done, and we can do our next gather provisions. That'd be like 3 years. So to that end, we could join this, although that looks much worse now. It did look better, but now it looks a lot worse. At any rate, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll determine what we want to do here. Our options are thin as of right now, so we'll see what we want to do. We might end up doing some of this mugging. As long as we don't do too much of it, it's probably okay. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.